Hi guys, my name is Tasha Collier. I am a local realtor here in Miami, Florida. I wanted to take some time off from real estate and dedicate a little bit of time to my house, give it some TLC. I kind of been in the business for about 2 years, 2.5 years, and a lot of things can go neglected once you become an agent because it is a very, very time consuming career. So I wanted to kind of pull back due to the market being a little bit crazy right now, due to the fact that it's a seller's market and the interest rates are really high. I'm kind of noticing a lot of things in my market, such as sellers kind of taking the initiative to sell their properties on their own. So you're running into a lot of FSBOs, a lot of for sale by owners. So, trying to convince a for sale by owner to allow you to sell their property has not been one of the things that I've been able to kind of accomplish in my career, because that's not typically the market that I target. I usually just kind of do typical residential, or I've kind of explored the expired market and whatever. I was able to land a listing in an area that we have here in Miami called Homestead. So that listing is doing well. We had to kind of temporarily take it off the market because it is tenant occupied. So I don't believe that it's going to become active until the month of October. So in between that time, I do kind of sort of jump on the phones, do more cold calling. But right now, my husband is a bit under the weather, so I do have to dedicate some time to him. My daughter is back in school. She's also a gymnast, so I do kind of run around taking care of her, taking care of him. So just so that I don't lose my mind, I decided to maybe take a little bit of a step back, give my house some TLC, take care of a lot of little things that we have going on around here, such as, maybe doing a little mini facelift on the walls and the bathrooms. So I'm really excited about this, but also I'm kind of nervous because I've taken on this whole thing by myself. I've also went to the Home Depot, which is a local store where you can get a bunch of appliances and tools and things for your home. And I kind of, swiped the card and brought a lot of things. And so I'm kind of locked in. So I wanted to start here with this bathroom here. And basically, I'm just scrubbing down the walls, scrubbing down the floor. At this time, I did buy the paint. I kind of had an idea of the look that I was going for, which was kind of like, I guess they call it like a black girl magic kind of look. I wanted the gray, the white, the black, being that we do have the gray and black tiles in there. And that little thing that you see hanging from the ceiling, that is actually a bag that I had to kind of tape to the light fixtures there, because they needed to be replaced. And I was getting some kind of, dropping, like some kind of droppings from the rust that was there. This property in particular, we did rent this property out. We had tenants in this property before we moved here, I believe in 2018 or 2019. I think it was 2018. So we had some tenants living here. They were here for about 10 years. And when my husband and I sold a property that we had previously owned, when we moved in, it was kind of like, we kind of rushed in here. We kind of just cleaned it. We got the walls painted. We got it comfortable enough for us to live in, but I never really had taken the time to kind of decide, everything I wanted into detail. And I guess it's kind of hard to for me, it was a little hard for me to kind of have an idea of what I actually wanted, because I could not see past, all of the things that I had going on at that time. So once we sold the house, the other house that we had, a 2-story, it was a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Once we sold that property, the realtor who helped us get the property sold had offered me a position in real estate. She thought that I had handled the sale of my husband's property so well, she had offered me a job at her brokerage. And at the time, I was a bit of an opportunist, so I had took advantage of the offer, and I ran out like an idiot to get my license in real estate. It took me 1 year and 7 months to get my license because, it wasn't like a true passion of mine. It was kind of something that just fell into my lap, and I kind of took on the challenge. So it was really hard for me because I had a background in the medical field, and getting used to all of the acronyms in real estate, which was kind of sort of oddly similar to the acronyms used in the medical field. So I really had to kind of separate the two and just, kind of zero in on what it was that something new that I was actually learning. Also, I was at a community college here studying to get my degree in psychology. So it was a whole lot going on. Plus, I was a mom, and then I became a fiance at that time. So it was like my plate was really, really full, and I didn't quite know what was actually happening, but it was all happening at one time for me. So when we actually got into this property, it was a lot of things that needed to be fixed. And we just made sure that they looked nice. However, I don't think I had an opportunity to kind of sit down and decide what I wanted my living room to look like, what I wanted the bedrooms to look like, a nice, cute place for me to kind of work out in. I just made sure everything was nice and clean, and working. So I think now that I've had an opportunity to kind of scale back and dedicate some time to myself, my home, my family, I think now, especially before the holidays, I would really, really, really like to take some time and kind of get an image of what that could look like for us. So I'm starting off with the bathrooms. Then I'm going to slowly work my way into our rooms and, decide on what I want. My daughter's room her room is really nice. She's content with her room. However, my husband and I room and our guest room, it could use, some TLC. So that's what I'm working on, and I think I have something in mind. I don't know if you guys have any suggestions or any Pinterest links that you can recommend. You can drop those in the comments. I would be more than glad to take a look at it. I kind of have my own style, but I'm not afraid to try something new. I do have specific colors that I feel make me really happy and that I know I would not mind coming home to every day. But I'm always surprised, when someone can suggest something for me and then it becomes my new thing. So, if you have any other suggestions or if you have anything that you would like for me to kind of sort of take a look at, please feel free to put it in the comments. Also, if you have any questions about the school that I went to obtain my license in real estate, let me know. I can make a video on that as well. Even though with my personal advice, I always tell people that ask me about real estate and a license, I always encourage them to just kind of start off as an investor. If you really like dealing with properties, if you're interested in becoming a landlord or maybe being an investor fixing up properties, you do not necessarily need a license in real estate. But if you want to, deal with the general public, receive funds, things like that, or have a foundation in which you can kind of top that off with being licensed and having some insurance to cover you just in case you run across any issues like that, then you can get your license. However, I don't believe that it is needed. And now that I actually have my license in real estate, I'm learning that I really, really do love interior decorating. I really do love fixing up. I really do love dealing with the general public. I would not mind becoming a landlord. But first, I think I'm just going to spend some time fixing up my property. And not only that, just, taking my time in the business and not rushing. I worked so hard to get my first listing, and it took me 2 years in order for me to do that. So guys, just remember, if there's anything you want to do, it's a lot of hard work, it's a lot of dedication, it's a lot of starting and stopping and taking a step back and re-evaluating your why. Why is this something you want? Why is this something that you want to do? And your why will give you a better idea as to your purpose in which you're doing it and what you're doing it for. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching my video. Have a good day. Bye.